Hey there, welcome. Today I want to talk to you just kind of briefly about something that has been really near and dear to my heart just recently because I have become a wellness coach, and I want to know why. I don't need to know why people lose weight. I know how to lose weight. I think everybody knows how to lose weight because we've all lost weight. You know, we've all gone down the road, we get excited. You know, we do the plans, we have confidence, we're, changing up all our eating and our exercising. We get to this place and it's just like, I have arrived, and you are happy. But then invariably that starts to drift. And most people, 95%, go back to their old habits and their old ways, and, the weight loss doesn't stay. And so I've known that, I've experienced it, but as a wellness coach, I want to know why. I don't want to help people just have something short term. If they really want to invest in their own wellness and health, I want to help them not only achieve their goals, but maintain those goals. So that has been just really on my heart lately, of just like, how can I help women do that, maintain their weight loss? And so I know that there's a solution for every problem that we have. That's like, it's kind of a blessing and a curse kind of mentality that I have. I'm always in research mode because I always know that there's a solution to our problems. And so I just started doing a lot of digging and researching into that. And one of the components that happen, not components, but one of the blessings that happen along the way when you start searching, I think God just puts people in your path and gives you like answers through conversations. And one of those conversations happened when my good friend Krista Sanderson came over, and we were just talking about food and life and all the things. And Krista Sanderson, for those of you who do not know her, she is a whole food aficionado, which I love that word, aficionado. It was a vocabulary word when I was teaching English in the last couple of years. And aficionado just means you are well versed in something. So like if you're a wine aficionado, like all the different types of wines, and you are basically a master wine taster. And that is what Krista is in the area of whole food nutrition. She's really a master on healthy eating and utilizing whole food to do that. And she owns like this online company called Eat Real America. And so when Krista and I were talking, I was just sharing with her not so much my frustration, but my need to understand. We do these things, we spend a lot of time, energy, and money attaining these goals, but why don't they stick? Why can't we maintain them through the ups and downs of the journey of life? Because it doesn't make sense, why are we continually doing this roller coaster thing? And she just said, "Oh, Lori, you need to read The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson." And I was like, okay. So I went and got the book from the library, and reading The Slight Edge was like, it felt like I was in a darkened room and someone turned the light on. And I was able to see differently. And that is what Jeff Olson brought to me, just a deep understanding. And so then I went and I got the book. I also bought the book for a new college graduate. And then I also got the Audible version, because that's how I learn. I just kind of inundate myself with this new information. And what I want to share with you today, and I think that'll be really helpful for you on your journey, is here we are, we're living this culture that is fast. You think about a movie, the entire lifespan of someone, their problem, and all the things that happen in this movie, you have this climax and everything gets resolved in 2 hours. And so we have that kind of whole life living in a short period of time in movies. But we also have, all these quick microwavable dinners and 2-day shipping and a quick devotional, a 2-minute devotional a day. Everything's just so fast. And so what he says is there's really danger in that sense of quick transformation. And at first I was like, danger, I love transformations. And he says they're awesome. But what that does is, for instance, if I told you, oh my gosh, join me in the faster way, you're going to lose 30 pounds in 3 months and you're going to love how you feel, da, da, da. And I guarantee you, we can work really hard and I can help you lose those 30 pounds in 3 months if that's what you want. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in helping you keep that weight off long term. You know, and so he said, that's what we need to do, is learn the philosophy of that long-term vision. And what we do in America, and maybe other places, but we have this little planting and then we want to harvest. And he said the magic happens in the middle. And we really need to change our beliefs and our philosophy around that. Instead of like being all about this big flashy ending, be okay with cultivating. Be okay with showing up and doing the things every day in and day out. And they're easy to do, these things, which makes them also easy not to do. So for instance, it's easy to take a walk. It's also easy not to take a walk. It's easy to drink water. It's also easy not to. It's easy to eat proteins, have great salads, really focus on whole food nutrition. It's also easy not to. And so he said, you need to choose the things that really sustain you and are going to get you the results. And they're going to seem insignificant and they're going to seem like nothing's happening. And he spent many chapters going over like the joy, the power of compounding interest, of understanding how those little things accumulate over time and yield the result that you're looking for. And I thought about my old life. I have been eating whole food nutrition since 2018, but for the last 7 months, I started in December of 2024, I started with the Faster Way to Fat Loss as a client. And even though I'm a coach, I'm still a client. I'm still doing all the things. And I'm showing up for myself every day. I am doing the things. I'm really tracking my macros. I'm really understanding how much food I'm putting in and really understanding that structure does create freedom for me. And because I am kind of a rebel against anything that has structure, but man, it is a phenomenal, life-changing concept. And I am sticking with that, like staying within it, not just winging it and trying to do what I want to do. Making sure I get my water in, making sure I'm doing the workouts, and just kind of showing up for myself in the daily. Like there's not someone here like watching me or heralding like, oh, Lori has done these things, but I'm just doing them. And in the last 7 months, I have, I'm just thinking about like, oh, Jeff says to do this and I've been doing it, and gosh, in the last 7 months, I have seen great results in just my body composition, my energy, how I show up. And that, you guys, is why I really want other women, especially over the age of like 50, because we're like, things start falling, and I really want to help us age well. And I want you to feel as good as you can. And I want you to maintain that, so it's not just this quick fix, but something that you can maintain. So what I have is I'm starting another round. I do the 6-week rounds, and in those 6 weeks, there's a lot of learning, new skills. They're not flashy. It's whole food nutrition. It's intermittent fasting. It's understanding what carbs are, what fats are, what proteins are. So there's a lot of learning. But it's just showing up for yourself in a sustainable way, and it's continual. We're just working together. And so I'm walking with you. I have the plan. I have the thing. You just need to show up and be there. And then what we have is also, after those 6 weeks, is we have a process, if you want to continue, of just like, it's called VIP, where you just stay in and you just keep doing the things. And I am teaching my clients really this philosophy of the slight edge, of just understanding that it is a long term. I don't want a flash in the pan. I don't want a transformation that happens in 6 weeks and it's over. But it is about getting whatever it is that you want. And I don't care where you are when you start. If you keep doing the small things over the course of time, you're going to get the results you want. And that is where the gold is. So thanks for joining me. Next time I want to talk about this aspect about food, because a lot of times I've had this thought of like, but I want to eat these processed food things. I want to eat the things that aren't healthy. You know, how do I maintain and stay in the lane of healthy food? You know, what does that look like? So I will talk about that next time.